he can win that fight, but he's up against a monster. No one wants to fight.
High stakes for huge reward.
Boxing fans, have you ever wondered why we don't have a specific source on YouTube that you could go to that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and give you up-to-date boxing news plus the current boxing odds? Well, my team and I behind the scenes over the last few months have been working hard to bring this product to you. It's a brand new 24/7 live stream channel called Boxing News Now. They are sponsoring this video. Go to their YouTube channel right now and become part of YouTube's first ever 24/7 boxing only live stream. What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be taking a closer look at the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's world title fight at 154 pounds between the champion Baraou Murtazaliev and the challenger Joshua Kelly. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? Hit the notification button on my channel so you never miss one of my world famous daily professional betting live streams. Also, guys, we launched our new Patreon. The Patreon link is pinned in the comment section below. It's a couple bucks a month. You get access to our private VIP betting Discord. Also, become a member on our YouTube channel. That link is pinned as well, a couple bucks a month. Whichever one you choose, you gain access to our Discord. The Discord is a growing community. We launched it a couple months ago. We are at around 340 VIPs in that Discord. Click the link to find out more. All right, guys, this is a fight with everything on the line at 154 pounds. Fight fans will know both of these fighters in Murtazaliev and Kelly. Baraou is a guy, we last saw him against Tim Tszyu in 2024. That was back in October, over 500 days ago. A lot of fight fans have labeled Baraou Murtazaliev the boogeyman. He's 23-0 with 17 knockouts. He just turned 33 years old, and he wants to further remind the boxing world why he is the most avoided fighter in the division. In his opponent, we got the 2016 British Olympian Joshua Pretty Boy Kelly getting his world title opportunity. This is a guy we've seen on the international stage before. This is a guy who comes with a lot of hype, a lot of skill, reflex fighter, ticks all the boxes, and Kelly fans thought they would have seen him fight for world titles by now, but what better time now than never? So in this video, what we're gonna do is break down both fighters' careers. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business, and like always, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas odds, and I'll be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. Baraou Murtazaliev is a guy that is known for his punching power. That was on full display in his third round obliteration knockout victory. Literally, the towel came in, corner stoppage of Tim Tszyu. That was the Tim Tszyu coming off the first fight with Seb Fundora. Not seen Murtazaliev since. When we see him in the ring, it's all action. Before the Tszyu fight, he had fought Jack Colkay in a pretty much back and forth, could have gone either way war, in which he was down on one of the cards going into the 11th, in which he ended up stopping Colkay. That fight was a very close fight, and it seems like it was forever ago. And on that point, since 2020, he's only fought once a year. It's 2026. He just turned 33. What he wants to do is walk you down, a little bit of flat-footed, heavy hands. He's known for his power. He wants to walk you onto that backhand, and when he starts landing and you're standing in front of him, it's gonna be a tough night for any opponent. Kelly couldn't be the more opposite style of fighter of what Murtazaliev just saw in Tszyu. Kelly is a reflex fighter, super athletic, super fast. He's flashy, and he likes to fight things at his own pace. With Kelly, we saw when it was his first time on the international stage, he flew to New York and fought a very tough Philadelphia veteran in Ray Robinson, and that fight ended in a draw. A lot of his fight fans and naysayers came out of the woodwork talking about Kelly was an overhyped hype job. He then went on to win a couple fights, and then he ran into David Avanesyan, the same Avanesyan who went on to fight Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford. Ava got stopped in both of those fights, but all the boxing fans know David Havenetian is a legit pro. When he was in his prime, he was a smooth operator. He walked Kelly down the mid-rounds and ended up stopping Kelly. Kelly was winning rounds early until he faded, and Havenetian used that pressure and that volume to stop Kelly. Since then, Kelly's gone undefeated. We last saw him in a fight against Flavio Bea, a fight which ended in a first-round knockout. He has victories over Troy Williamson, which is aging pretty well considering what Williamson just did to Callum Simpson. So, going into fight night, it literally is going to be a tale of two careers. One guy's a champion, one guy feels like he should have been champion already, and it is his time to shine. It's going to be a tale of two different contrasted styles. Will Kelly be able to avoid Murtazaliev's pressure? And will Murtazaliev be able to stop Kelly the way he stopped Tim Tszyu and Jack Holtke? Will Kelly be able to outbox Murtazaliev? I feel this would be the path to victory. We'll see about Kelly's conditioning. We'll see about his durability, and will he be able to take Murtazaliev's best punches early on in the fight and drag this into a middle to late round affair. Right now, I do want to take a look at the one-loss challenger, Josh Kelly, and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Josh Kelly is 17-1-1. Of his 17 wins, 9 of them come by knockout. His one loss, he did get stopped. Out of 2,361 fighters in the world at 154, he's ranked number 16. He's fought a career total of 127 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 53% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as Pretty Boy, and the 31-year-old Brit is a 5'10" orthodox fighter with a 72-inch reach. He was born and raised and lives in Sunderland, Tyne and Wear, United Kingdom. We last saw him fight Flavio Bea, 24-1, stopped him in the first. Ishmael Davis, 13-0, won a majority decision in the 12th. Ramirez, 24-3, stopped him in the third. Corzo, 18-0, won a UD in the 12th. Troy Williamson, 19-0, won a UD in the 12th. Won a few fights before that, and then he had that stoppage loss to David Havenetian. Josh Kelly at 31 years old, he's in his physical prime. He recreated himself, rebuilt himself up. He got cut by one promotion, got signed by another, and then Matchroom brought him back. This version of Josh Kelly is an educated version. What I've seen in his tape, what I've seen watching his career from when he turned pro back in 2016 is a guy who's learning to manage his gas tank, who's learning to be more efficient as a boxer. Sometimes it's not always about the reflexes and shine. When you fight like Kelly, you have to conserve your engine. And I talk about it all the time. Sometimes fighters have to learn on the go in front of the world how to make adjustments. And unfortunately for Josh, he had to learn by getting stopped against Havenetian. The fights after that, the Ishmael Davis fight, short notice fight, he still got the job done. The Troy Williamson fight and the Flavio Bea fight, you see a much more measured guy, but still with the same sharpness and pizzazz of what you would expect to see of Josh Kelly. I feel that his game plan would have to be outbox Bakram Murtazaliev. He's going to have to taste the power early. I would tell him if I was his camp, hey, I would say punch with him, see what his power is like, and then make a decision from there on going in and out and how often you want to go within range. Kelly's at his best when he's using the entire ring, when he's popping his jab, when he's confusing and frustrating his opponent. And when he starts doing that, he looks great. When Kelly's looking good, he looks world class. The few times we've seen him struggle, this is where the style sort of has its flaws. So it's going to be a lot of questions answered come fight night. What version of Kelly will we see? How switched on will he be able to remain in a firefight? And how long can he go taking those big punches from Bakram Murtazaliev? Right now, let's take a look at the undefeated world champion Russian knockout artist and see what he's been up to in his career. As Murtazaliev is 23-0 with 17 knockouts. He is not currently ranked in BoxRec's algorithm due to his inactivity. He carries into the ring a 74% career knockout to win ratio. He is the IBF World Super Welterweight Champion. The Russian is an orthodox fighter standing at 5'11.5" with a 74-inch reach. He was born in Grozny, Russia, but calls Newbury Park, California, USA home. We last saw him fight Tim Tszyu. That was in 2024, 24-1, stopped him in the third. Kolke, 33-4, stopped him in the 11th. Valenzuela Jr., 25-3, won a UD in the 8th. Checo, 18-7, stopped him in the first. Kyrie Gray, 16-5, won a UD in the 8th. Guys, believe it or not, there's not a lot of names on Murtazaliev's resume that you're going to notice. His last few fights, in my opinion, for me, isn't a clear-cut example or sample size to call him the boogeyman. We've heard over the last few years promoters, boxing writers, and analysts calling him the boogeyman, suggesting that nobody wanted to fight him. Fast forward to right now, Josh Kelly was calling for this fight for a long time until he got this fight. He put his hand up to fight Murtazaliev. Murtazaliev hasn't fought come fight night. It'll be over 500 days since the October 2024 Tim Tszyu fight, and before that, he went life and death with a small, undersized, aging Jack Kolke. When I look at Murtazaliev's style, flat-footed, prodding forward, his offensive setups are pretty basic. What he wants to do is pretty basic. It's just that those tactics and skills that he has are pretty good considering his backhand power and his lead hand power. He can punch with both hands. Now, when they come face to face, will Murtazaliev have the feet to cut off Kelly? Will Kelly have the conditioning to keep Murtazaliev at bay and the durability to get past that power? All will be known in due time. It's going to be an interesting fight. The one thing we do have to remember, Murtazaliev is the one traveling. He's the champion, but he's fighting in England, that raucous UK crowd. He hasn't fought in 500 days. He's also just turned 33 years old in a division at 154 pounds. 33 isn't young, but it's also not old. His sample size of career, the film study I've done, I'm not 100% guaranteed convinced that he's the boogeyman. So we will see. I think this will be the most confident version of Josh Kelly, and if he could pull this one out, I feel the sky is the limit for this kid regarding marketability and potential of massive big fights. We got to mention Conor Benn's name. Those two guys have been going at it for a few years, but if the Brit brings back another world title for the UK, we got some potential great fights at 154 considering the massive names like Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis, Seb Fundora. Just look at the 154 rankings from 1 to 20. You'll see big names everywhere. Right now, guys, before I get into the current Las Vegas odds and give you my prediction, I do live streams every single day. We cover all of the fights internationally. Guys, this is a massive fight week all around the world. So in those live streams, we build our long parlays. I give you my underdogs of the week. I give you my method of victory parlays of the week. In these Stats Don't Lie videos, you're only going to get my money line prediction. Also, pinned in the comment section, click that to join our JSB Insider Group. This is a VIP membership into our Discord. You could either join on Patreon or on YouTube. Whichever one you choose, it's a couple bucks a month, and you get access to our growing and world famous Johnny Says Boxing VIP Discord. Wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Let's take a look at the money line odds. Currently on the money line, the Brit, the one loss, Joshua Kelly, is the underdog. $3.80, meaning 100 on Kelly gets you your money back, plus 280 bucks, not quite 3-1, but close. Murtazaliev, the champion, is a pretty big favorite, $1.31. 100 on Murtazaliev gets you your money back, plus $31. Guys, when I'm seeing this potential matchup, when I'm thinking about where I'm putting my money, it'd be easy for me to fall into the narrative of the boogeyman, the knockout artist, the world champion, traveling, and he's going to stop Joshua Kelly. It would also be really interesting for me to lean with the challenger, the hometown kid, the one who's been more active. I should also mention, since Murtazaliev stopped Tim Tszyu in brutal fashion, it's Tim Tszyu who's been more active. Tim Tszyu is the one whose career supposedly was over. He's fought 3 times since then. Baraou still hasn't fought. It worries me. His age worries me. His style worries me. And his resume worries me. I'm going all in on the dog, baby. We're going dog hunting. I'm taking Joshua Kelly on the money line. You give me him at plus 3-1. Let's go. I think we're going to hear and new, and I think the Brits are going to have another world champion. Add Kelly's name to the growing list in the comment section. Not an echo chamber. Let me know who you're going with. Are we going to hear and still for Bakram or and new for Joshua Kelly? Guys, stay tuned to the channel. We have massive fights to be getting into, so I'll see you in the next one. Boxing fans, have you ever wondered why we don't have a specific source on YouTube that you could go to that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and give you up-to-date boxing news plus the current boxing odds? Well, my team and I behind the scenes over the last few months have been working hard to bring this product to you. It's a brand new 24/7 live stream channel called Boxing News Now. They are sponsoring this video. Go to their YouTube channel right now and become part of YouTube's first ever 24/7 boxing only live stream. What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a closer look at the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's unification world title fight at 154 pounds between two champions. We have the WBO champion Xander Zayas and the WBA champion Baraou. Before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. If you haven't already, could you please remember to hit subscribe? Could you also like this video? Hit the notification button on my channel so you never miss one of my world famous daily professional betting live streams. Also, guys, we launched our new Patreon. The Patreon link is pinned in the comments section below. It's a couple bucks a month. You get access to our private VIP betting Discord. Also, become a member on our YouTube channel. That link is pinned as well, a couple bucks a month. Whichever one you choose, you gain access to our Discord. The Discord is a growing community. We launched it a couple months ago. We are at around 340 VIPs in that Discord. Click the link to find out more. Guys, in a fight week filled with massive championship fights, big title fights, 3 of the current champions at 154 will be in action. We already covered on the channel Murtazaliev taking on Joshua Kelly in Newcastle. The fight we're going to be featuring today on the channel takes place in Puerto Rico between 2 world champions, the WBO king Xander Zayas and the WBA champion Baraou. We last saw Baraou in a fight in which he went into as a close to 6-1 underdog. Going into that fight, we live streamed it, we broke it down. I didn't talk to a lot of people who were taking Baraou to beat Zayas. So if you watch that fight, pretty much from pillar to post, Baraou implemented his game plan. He's a pressure forward, front foot fighter, used his volume, and in my opinion, the thing he does really well, other than melt his opponents, usually as an outcome of that volume, is when he's punching with you, his combination punches. And we saw Zayas not being able to make adjustments, not being able to escape the pocket. It was by no means even a close fight. Baraou won a unanimous decision, and afterwards, he was elevated as full world champion by the WBA. In his opponent, we last saw the young Xander Zayas at the time vying to be boxing's youngest world champion when he took on a very tough, very slick Chino Garcia. In that fight, Xander Zayas put on the fight of his career up until this moment, outboxing a very tough, durable veteran. We saw Chino Garcia on the channel. He got that Xander Zayas fight by his impressive performance over Charles Conwell, a fight in which he was the underdog. So going into the Zayas Garcia fight, a lot of us were like, is this too much too soon for Zayas? And he answered all those questions. We do know now after Abdullah Mason beat Sam Noakes, Mason is now the youngest world champion in boxing. So in this video, what we're gonna do is break down both fighters' careers. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business, and stay tuned to the end of the video. Like always, that's where I'll be going over the current Las Vegas odds, and I'll be giving you my prediction and telling you where to put your money. Guys, the more tape I watch on Baraou, the more I like his style, the more I like his story. At 31 years old, he doesn't have a perfect record. His only loss came 6 years ago to a very tough, very prime, and very good Jack Colque. Since then, he's won every single fight, flying under the radar. If you go over YouTube boxing content creators, over in the UK and in Europe, everybody's picking Baraou. I live in Australia. You guys know the JSB Discord. We have over 350 people in there. I put a poll up on my Instagram. We have 42,000 people on the IG, and a lot of people in my network are picking Xander Zayas. So it leaves me questioning how much of this is recency bias, how much of this is geographical bias. So even up until the time of me filming this, I was kind of torn. When we look at the odds, when we get there at the end of the video, I think once again Baraou is being disrespected by the odds makers. Personally, I want to state this right now. I think this is a 50-50 fight, especially where both guys are at their career. Baraou is in his physical prime at 31 years old. He's as confident as ever. And we know the minute a fighter gets a world title around their waist, it elevates them. Xander is still growing into his body at 23 years old. You watch his Instagram, you watch his strength and conditioning, and you can see this guy right now at 154 potentially becoming a champion at 60 and maybe even 68. That last performance against Chino really answered questions for me. Can he fight a guy who's going to punch off of his back foot? Can he handle a guy, a veteran who's slick, who isn't troubled by a lot of the technical problems that Xander throws at his opponent? Xander is a very technical boxer, puncher. He's a guy that can use the entire ring, but he likes utilizing his jab to control range and distance and fighting at that space. Now, with Baraou, why it's so interesting is Baraou is going to do his best not to give Xander that option. Barau's going to get on his front foot. He's going to use slips, rolls to get past that jab and force a gritty, dirty fight for Xander, and we'll see how this plays out. We'll see if Xander's counterboxing and his exits will be clean enough to keep a very aggressive Abbas Baraou at bay. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at Abbas Baraou and see what he's been up to in his career. Guys, Abbas Baraou is 17-1 of his 17 wins. 9 of them are by way of knockout. His one loss was a decision. Out of 2,380 fighters in the world at 154, he's ranked 12. He's fought a career total of 131 pro rounds and carries in the ring a 53% career knockout to win ratio. The 31-year-old was born in Germany. He's a 5'9.5" orthodox fighter, and he lives in Berlin, Germany. We last saw him fight Zayas, 10-0 UD in the 12th. Macaulay McGowan, 20-4 UD in the 12th. Sam Edgington, 34-8, won a majority decision in the 12th. Hugo Noriega, 9-1 UD in the 8th. Ferenc Katona, 11-9, stopped him in the 3rd. And going into the Zayas fight, a lot of the boxing pundits and the talking heads were talking about the lack of a resume for Abbas Baraou. They mentioned the one loss years ago to Jack Colkay, and they came up with a conclusion to saying, well, all this leading with the momentum into the Zayas fight, Zayas being the one being propped up and projected to win that fight, not many people were picking Baraou, and he proved the naysayers wrong with that style, a very determined style, a guy who doesn't mind getting hit on the way in, but once he's inside your wheelhouse, he's going to work the body and work different levels. I love how he goes to the body and goes up top, and he forces his opponents to make adjustments. He forces his opponents to punch with him and make the decision to stay there, and some of his opponents stay there too long and get touched too much, as we saw in the Zayas fight. Right now, let's take a closer look at Xander Zayas and see what he's been up to. Guys, Xander Zayas is 22-0 of his 22 wins. 13 of them are by way of knockout. Out of 2,380 fighters in the world at 154, he's ranked number 3. He's fought a career total of 112 pro rounds and carries in the ring a 60% knockout to win ratio. He is the WBO World Super Welterweight Champion. The 23-year-old Puerto Rican is a 5'10" orthodox fighter with a 74-inch reach. He was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, but calls Sunrise, Florida, USA home. We last saw him fight Chino Garcia, 33-4 UD in the 12th. Slava Spomer, 20-0, stopped him in the 9th. Sosa, 25-2 UD in the 10th. Patrick Teixeira, 34-4 UD in the 10th. Fortea, 24-3, stopped him in the 5th. At 23 years old, all boxing fans, guys like myself, have watched Xander Zayas grow up right in front of us. He's grown up under the bright lights. This is a guy, since he was in his mid-teens, that people were talking about. We were telling people, put an asterisk by his name. He ticks all the boxes, from the athleticism to the boxing skill set to the marketability. He's bilingual. That's important in terms of becoming a global superstar. And each time, fight in and fight out, from the Spomer body shot knockout to how he dealt with Chino, a real veteran, I'm seeing the kid continuously leveling up. I love this matchmaking, and I love a unification fight. He's going to be in there with a real pro, a real legit world champion, and we're going to see how he handles that pressure. Does he melt? Is he able to keep his composure and use the entire ring, get on his jab, and force Baraou to fight him at his range? I feel that is going to be the game within the game. Whoever's able to control range and control distance will be the victor. Right now, I do want to take a closer look at the Las Vegas odds. Guys, but before I give you my prediction, remember, I do live streams every single day. In those live streams, I take your questions. It's a great opportunity for you guys to pick my brain. We build parlays, we do over and unders. I give you guys my underdogs of the week. Also, a benefit of joining our JSB Insider Professional Betting Discord is you get all of my bets and all of my picks. It's only a couple bucks a month. That link is pinned in the comment section below, so click that to find out more. All right, guys, wherever you are in the world, let's pull out our betting apps. Currently, Xander Zayas is a $1.28 favorite, meaning you put 100 on Zayas to win, you get your money back plus 28 bucks. Abbas Baraou is $4.10 dog, meaning you put 100 on him, you get your money back plus 310 bucks. So Baraou is quite honestly a 3-to-1 dog. I feel that is not as disrespectful as the Zayas fight, but I feel the bookmakers have learned. I think this is a coin flip. I really do. I think this is a tricky fight for Xander Zayas, especially where he is at his career trajectory. He says he wants to fight the best. He says he wants unification fights. A lot of champions say that, but we don't see it a lot. So he's going to get what he asked for. And Abbas Baraou is a very determined guy who feels he's been overlooked. And at 31, it's his time, and he has no plans giving up the belt. Flip a coin, value play. It's tough not to sprinkle on Abbas Baraou. You're getting him at plus money, 3-to-1 dog. What I do with my channel, though, is I take pride, no matter what the odds are, picking winners. Also, I like making you guys money. So in my pick, I think it's going to be business as usual. The fight is in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Xander Zayas is the younger guy. He's going to be the bigger guy. I think, just like I said about Baraou with the belt around his waist, Xander's going to level up once again. There's no reason for me to see so far in his career trajectory any degradation. I think we're just going to see him getting better and better, and I expect Xander Zayas to come out on top, but in a very close fight. So in the comment section below, this is not an echo chamber. Who do you guys see winning this? Will it be Xander Zayas or will it be Abbas Baraou? Guys, also, if you haven't caught my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of a world title fight this weekend in New York at 140 pounds between the ring and WBO champion Teofimolopez taking on the 135-pound king Shakurstevenson, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.